Welcome to Express News. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj and we give you top 100 news of the day. So let's get started. Nation observes Police Commemoration Day today. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh laid a wreath at the National Police Memorial in New Delhi to honour fallen police personnel. Rajnath Singh said the regions that were once Naxal hubs are now turning into educational hubs. Red corridors are now transforming into growth corridors thanks to tireless efforts of security personnel. The day marks the sacrifice of 10 policemen killed in an ambush by Chinese troops at hot springs in Ladakh on October 21, 1959. Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid heartfelt tribute to the courage and sacrifice of India's police personnel. PM acknowledged their unwavering dedication to safeguarding the nation and its citizens. Election Commission on Tuesday issued a notification that no political party, candidate, organization or person shall publish any advertisement in the print media on the poll day and one day prior to the poll day. Nomination filing for the second and final phase of Bihar Assembly elections closed on Monday. The Election Commission said a total of 1,314 candidates remain in the fray for the first phase, covering 121 of the 243 Assembly constituencies. The BJP and JDU will each contest 101 seats, while Chirag Paswan's LJP has been allotted 29. Tensions are surfacing within the Mahagathbandhan, with the RJD fielding candidates on 143 seats and the Congress agreeing to contest 61. The two allies of the India Alliance will face off in 11 constituencies. The opposition alliance suffered a blow as the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha formally withdrew from the elections at the last minute on Monday. The party has accused its India Alliance of a political conspiracy. Rashtriya Lok Manch National President Upendra Kushwaha announced that Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar will be the NDA's Chief Minister face for the upcoming 2025 Assembly elections. India has restored the status of technical mission of India in Kabul to Embassy of India in Afghanistan with immediate effect. As per the ministry, the move is part of the growing diplomatic ties between India and Afghanistan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday penned a letter to citizens on the occasion of Deepavali, highlighting the festival as a time of energy, enthusiasm and reflection on the nation's achievements. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also praised the significant milestone of implementing reduced GST rates. PM noted that during the GST Bachat Utsav, citizens have collectively saved thousands of crores of rupees. The Ministry of Railways has made extensive arrangements to cater to the surge in passenger demand during the ongoing festive season in India. More than 12,000 special trains are being operated, with over 1.2 million railway employees working tirelessly round the clock. The Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in India hosted a vibrant Diwali celebration at its premises in New Delhi, fostering cultural exchange and unity among staff, colleagues and friends. German Ambassador to India Dr. Philipp Ackermann shared a vibrant video on X showcasing a Diwali celebration at the German Embassy. The event featured traditional Indian decorations, dancing and cultural performances, highlighting the festival's themes of light and unity. Singapore High Commission in India celebrated Thalapathy Vijay themed Diwali event. The production features officers from various home team agencies performing energetic dances. The Swami Narayan Akshardham Temple in Robbinsville, New Jersey lit up the night sky with its iconic fireworks display. People gathered in large numbers to witness the vibrant celebration, marking the festival with devotion and joy. In Dubai, the Burj Khalifa sparkled in the celebration of Diwali, marking the Indian Festival of Lights. The message on the world's tallest building read, "The Festival of Lights brings happiness, harmony and prosperity. Happy Diwali to you and yours." The fourth edition of the India-Australia Joint Military Exercise Austra Hind is currently underway in Perth. Exercise will continue till October 26. Both nations are engaging in extensive training activities aimed at enhancing cooperation. The Indian stock market held a special Muhurat trading session today on the occasion of Diwali. Trading session began at 1:15 p.m. and closed at 1:45 p.m. local time. MCX silver price crashed 5% to below 1.5 lakh per 10 grams. Special Muhurat Trading 2025 session concluded on a positive note with the BSE Sensex closing at 84,426, up 63 points, and the NSE Nifty 50 settling at 25,868, gaining 25 points. Reserve Bank of India said the Indian economy continues to exhibit resilience amid an uncertain external environment and remains poised to register high growth. RBI added that indicators of capacity utilization and domestic demand signaled improvement. Lead indicators of manufacturing and services continue to show a robust expansion. Asian shares rose on Tuesday. Japan's Nikkei rose to a record peak and was on the cusp of hitting a landmark 50,000 points. US government shutdown enters its 21st day and the fourth week on Tuesday, marking the longest full closure in history. The National Nuclear Security Administration began furloughing 1,400 employees, leaving only 375 essential staff. US President Donald Trump and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese signed a critical minerals agreement on Monday. Both countries will contribute $1 billion over the next 6 months for joint projects. Oil prices rose on Tuesday after a fall in the previous session on easing concerns about an oversupplied market and the trade dispute between the US and China, when crude futures were up 33 cents at $61.34 a barrel. Gold prices fell 2% on Tuesday as investors booked profits after the metal hit another record high in the previous session. Spot gold was down 2.1% at $4,265 per ounce. Apple is about to touch $4 trillion market valuation as the tech giant's shares soared to lifetime highs on Monday. This lift came on the back of early sales of its new iPhone 17 series, which exceeded expectations in major markets. In a historic milestone for Japanese politics, hardline conservative Sanae Takaichi has been formally nominated as Japan's first female prime minister on Tuesday after securing victories in parliamentary votes. Takaichi garnered 237 votes in the 465-seat lower house, exceeding the majority threshold. In the upper house runoff against opposition leader Yoshihiko Noda, she won 125 votes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Sanae Takaichi on her election as PM of Japan. PM Modi said that he looks forward to working closely with her to further strengthen the India-Japan special strategic and global partnership. US President Donald Trump warned Hamas it will be wiped out if it breaches the Gaza ceasefire. Trump criticized Hamas for recent actions in Gaza, including alleged public executions of rivals and collaborators. US Vice President J.D. Vance is in Israel to shore up the fragile truce. Vance is expected to meet Witkoff, Kushner and US military experts monitoring the truce. About half of the hostages who were returned to Israel last week met on Tuesday morning in Tel Aviv with US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and top White House advisor Jared Kushner. Ukraine's parliament voted to amend the country's budget for this year on Tuesday, raising defense spending by another $7.7 billion. The bill was passed by 297 lawmakers. Bolivia's President-elect Rodrigo Paz, speaking in La Paz with Vice President-elect Edmund Lara, committed to restoring institutional stability, securing fuel supplies and strengthening global relations ahead of his November 8 inauguration. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended warm congratulations to Rodrigo Paz Pereira on his election as the president. PM said that close and friendly ties between India and Bolivia have long underpinned the mutually beneficial cooperation. French police stepped up the hunt on Tuesday for thieves who stole royal jewels from the Louvre. in a daylight robbery, and the museum remained closed for a second day as investigators pursued leads. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy began his prison term in Paris on Tuesday after being sentenced to 5 years for conspiring to raise campaign funds from Libya. Sarkozy is the first former French leader to be jailed. This conviction ends years of legal investigations into claims that Sarkozy's 2007 election campaign received millions of euros in cash from Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. And French President Emmanuel Macron met Slovenian President Nataša Pirc-Musar in Ljubljana for Med9 summit. And the talks were focused on climate change, migration, energy and the Middle East. Officials of US and Colombia met on Monday to begin resolving tensions between the two countries. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro defended Colombia after US President Donald Trump's threats to raise tariffs on the South American nation and stop all payments to it. Argentina's central bank signed a $20 billion exchange rate stabilization agreement with the US Treasury Department 6 days ahead of a key midterm election. The arrangement with banks and investment funds would be backed by International Monetary Fund special drawing rights held in the Treasury's Exchange Stabilization Fund that will be converted to dollars. Amazon.com cloud service returned to normal operations on Monday afternoon after an internet outage that caused global turmoil among thousands of sites, including some of the web's most popular apps like Snapchat and Reddit. According to Amazon, some AWS services had a backlog of messages that would take a few hours to process. AWS outage has affected major websites and apps globally. European Commission said that it wants to ease sweeping anti-deforestation rules by exempting thousands of firms from paperwork and cutting back requirements for small companies. And we are heading for a short break on Express News. Stay tuned to TT India.
Indian industries are facing pressure because of President Trump's tariff threats.
Even tariffs are part of the story, actually. If you were to look at the whole story of the deindustrialization of India, it began in many ways under the British rule. They say, oh, it's not our fault. India fell behind because you missed the bus for the Industrial Revolution. My answer is we missed the bus is because you threw us under its wheels.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Let's resume. A tornado described by authorities as storm of rare intensity ripped through northern Paris suburbs on Monday, toppling 3 cranes and killing a 23-year-old construction worker. The tornado left 10 people injured as it tore roofs from buildings and mangled structures. Emergency crews were deployed to the affected areas to assist with response efforts. In Delhi, the air quality index touched 368 on Tuesday morning, placing it in the very poor category. Data from 36 out of 38 monitoring stations indicated pollution levels in the red zone, reflecting very poor to severe air quality. Agra woke up to a smoggy morning on Tuesday with a thin layer of haze covering the city. The iconic Taj Mahal was partially shrouded in fog, creating a blurred silhouette against the grey sky. Mumbai's air quality took a hit, with the AQI reaching very poor levels at 377 early Tuesday morning. The rise in pollution is linked to firecracker emissions and slow wind conditions. PM 2.5 was identified as the main pollutant affecting the city's air. Meanwhile, a low-pressure area is expected to form over the southeast Bay of Bengal in the next 24 hours, bringing heavy rainfall, thunderstorms and gusty winds to Odisha. Thoothukudi in Tamil Nadu is facing severe waterlogging after 4 days of heavy rainfall, causing widespread flooding and disrupting daily life. The Regional Meteorological Centre has issued a warning for continued heavy showers across Tamil Nadu from October 23 to 25, affecting multiple districts. The India Meteorological Department issued a yellow alert for 11 Kerala districts due to a strong low pressure area forming over southwest Bay of Bengal, which may bring heavy rain and bad weather on Tuesday. Department of Telecommunications and Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited restored the Inmarsat satellite phone services on Monday for over 30 fishermen from Tamil Nadu's Kanyakumari district who are currently stranded at sea amid turbulent weather conditions. In Australia's Wadi, ceremonial groups performed traditional dances at the 3rd annual EDE Cultural Festival, celebrating the unity and cultural richness of over a dozen clans. A posthumous memoir by Virginia Giuffre, one of Jeffrey Epstein's most prominent accusers, was published in Australia on Tuesday. People in Nepal celebrated Kukur Tihar, honoring the bond between humans and dogs as part of the 5-day Tihar festival. The day also marked Lakshmi Puja in many homes, with devotees worshipping the goddess of wealth. The Neva community celebrated their new year with musical processions and traditional Bhailo songs across Kathmandu. South Korea's old city Gyeongju will host the APEC summit this month. Visitor numbers are rising and the mayor says Gyeongju shows Korea's history and growth. Residents hope the event makes Gyeongju famous around the world. American pianist Eric Liu won the top prize at the prestigious International Chopin Piano Competition in Warsaw on Tuesday. The decision came after hours of deliberations by a 17-person international jury chaired by American pianist Garrick Olson. The second prize went to Canada's Kevin Chen, while China's Zitong Wang came in third. A giant panda cub named Manlan, born at Langhu Wildlife Park in Gansu province in China, recently marked a milestone in artificial breeding, weighing just over 100 grams at birth and now thriving as it approaches 1 month of age. Riyadh season 2025 opened with a colorful balloon parade and street performances as Saudi Arabia launched the latest edition of its annual entertainment festival as part of efforts to attract tourists and diversify its economy under its Vision 2030. The festival began on 10th of October with a parade featuring giant balloons inspired by Macy's iconic holiday collection as performers filled the streets and crowds gathered to watch the show, marking the start of the 5-month event. 4 Turkish villages have been named among the world's best tourism villages 2025 by the United Nations World Tourism Organization. In Chile, Santiago city center became a city of horror on Sunday as the Chilean capital hosted the 2025 Zombie Walk under the motto "Monsters Gather to Celebrate." Participants put their creativity to work to craft horror-inspired outfits. This year, the parade paid tribute to a Chilean horror icon, the sinister Dr. Mortis, a character created in 1945 for Radio Rama. Participants aged 16 and over could also participate in a costume contest. UAE-based wellness brand Yopi runs the sessions with rescue dogs, partnering with local shelters to help the animals find new homes. The initiative has already helped 15 dogs find loving homes. Spanish singer Rosalia thrilled fans in Madrid, revealing her 4th album Lux drops on November 7. The surprise social media event sparked excitement for the Grammy-winning artist's latest musical chapter. Veteran Bollywood actor and comedian Govardhan Asrani passed away on Monday after a long illness. His last rites were performed at Santa Cruz Crematorium. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed deep sorrow over the demise of veteran actor Asrani, remembering his cinematic legacy that brought joy and laughter to people. Bollywood actor Rani Mukherjee is all set to return as the bold and fearless cop Shivaji Roy with much-awaited Mardani 3. The film is set to release in cinemas on February 27, 2026, showing her solve a brutal case. The evergreen romantic film Diwali Dulhaniya Le Jayenge clocked 30 years since its release on Monday. The movie was the highest-grossing Indian film of 1995 and one of the most successful Indian films in history. South Indian director Selvamani Selvaraj's much-awaited film Kanta, starring actor Dulquer Salman, has a release date after much wait. The film will now be releasing in theatres on November 14. Indian singer and actor Diljit Dosanjh has dropped the official music video for his latest track Charmer from his new album Aura on Monday. The song features Sanya Malhotra, marking their first on-screen collaboration. Hollywood actor Michael Fassbender is set to feature in the upcoming streaming show about the Kennedy family. The upcoming drama series explores the family's intimate truths. Australian actor Jacob Elordi has offered an exciting sneak peek into third season of Euphoria Season 3. Elordi also revealed that the third season was shot on different kinds of film and that it looks beautiful. The Emmy-winning series Euphoria is all set to return after a 3-year hiatus. It went into production in February this year and will debut on spring 2026 on home box office HBO. Hollywood's biggest stars came out on Saturday for the 5th Annual Academy Museum Gala in Los Angeles. Legendary director Martin Scorsese walked the blue carpet with singer-songwriter Bruce Springsteen. India's wicketkeeper batter Rishabh Pant will make his return to cricket on October 30 against South Africa in Bangalore. Pant, who will captain the India A side, had suffered a foot fracture during the 4th Test against England earlier this year. Australia skipper Elisa Healy has been ruled out of the clash against England on Wednesday due to calf injury. All-rounder Talia McGrath will captain the Australian side in Healy's absence. The Pakistan Cricket Board has appointed left-arm fast bowler Shaheen Shah Afridi as their new one-day team captain. West Indies pacer Shamar Joseph has been ruled out of the ongoing 3-match series against Bangladesh due to shoulder injury. India's second-ranked tennis player Srivalli Bhamidipati has received wildcard entry into Chennai Open after withdrawal of French Open semi-finalist La Boisson. Defending champions Italy confirmed that their star player Yannick Sinner has decided not to take part in this year's Davis Cup finals. The Indian badminton pair of Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty have entered into the top 5 of the men's world rankings after a year. Israeli club Maccabi Tel Aviv has refused to accept any tickets offered to their fans for their Europa League match against Aston Villa next month. Arsenal is set for a blockbuster clash against Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday night. Arsenal have been unbeaten since August. They have won both their Champions League matches so far. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta praised Atletico manager Diego Simeone, who has led the Spanish club to 2 Europa League and 2 La Liga titles. Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele has been included in Paris Saint-Germain squad to face Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League after a 6-week injury layoff. The United States, Mexico, Costa Rica and Jamaica football federations announced a joint bid to host the 2031 Women's World Cup. And that's it in this edition of Express News. News and updates will continue on DD India. You stay tuned.